Did you know that in the United States, someone is in need of blood every 2 seconds? That's right. Our country is facing a critical blood shortage. I personally have donated blood 3 times in my life, once in high school and twice when I was at UW Stevens Point. And I've also researched the national blood supply data, and I can tell you firsthand how critical the need is for more donors. Today, I want to persuade you that donating blood through the American Red Cross is one of the quickest and most impactful things you can do to help save lives. First, I'll explain the blood shortage. Then I'll show how the American Red Cross addresses this crisis, and then I'll help you visualize how you can help. Now that I've captured your attention, let's look at the problem and why it matters. The U.S. is experiencing this critical blood shortage. According to the national health reports, blood demand is exceeding the supply. The shortage is being caused by two main things: a near 40% decrease in donation rates, with a growing demand in the last few decades, as well as acute medical emergencies being caused by things such as medical or natural disasters. Now that you understand the problem, let's look at a solution. The American Red Cross, founded in 1881, is the nation's largest supplier in blood, providing nearly 40% of the nation's blood. They operate under strict medical protocol, and they are the industry standard. The American Red Cross aims to streamline donation to patient process, improve safety protocols, and restore the donation rates to what they used to be, and even further. The American Red Cross is doing this by establishing a system of unrivaled efficiency in collecting blood, testing it, and then delivering it to hospitals and patients in need. They do this by holding blood drives in convenient locations such as hospitals, campuses, and really any area where people are very populated. They've improved safety protocols through improvements in screening and testing. According to the CDC, the American Red Cross revolutionized HIV screening in the 1980s. That improvement in screening helped save thousands of lives, as HIV was a very deadly disease. They more than doubled the effectiveness of the screening. They've recently taken an initiative to improve the screening for sickle cell disease. Not only does that improve the safety protocols and increase the probability of patient survival, but it also encourages the African American population to donate more. That's because they're more susceptible to sickle cell disease, and it's very useful to get a free screening telling them that they might be likely to have it. Then they know to get tested so they don't pass that recessive gene on to the children or to their children, or so they don't have a child with someone who also has that recessive gene. So we've talked about the American Red Cross, their past roles in standardizing blood donation in America, as well as their continuous ambition to improve that process. So let's talk about how you can help. Here are some ways to get involved. You can schedule a donation and give blood, obviously. You can download the Red Cross app to track your impact. By downloading the app, it keeps you more involved and more in the loop, and you can actually follow your blood's journey and see the lives that you're saving. You can also do things such as volunteer to help with check-ins and logistics at the drives. And lastly, you could encourage your friends, classmates, or any social group to donate as a group. Each donation can save up to 3 lives. It can help a trauma victim bleeding out, chronic illness patient whose body is destroying itself, or or transplant patient who is on the verge of death. They rely on these donations to survive. Now, I want you to imagine a child waking up from surgery because the hospital had the blood that they needed for that procedure on hand. Their family was likely very happy to see their child wake up and be healthy. Or a car crash victim who was saved from fatal bleeding because someone like you donated earlier. Now, I want you to imagine the reverse. A parent, sibling, or friend being rejected treatment because the shelves are empty. You can make that difference for a patient and their family, or even somebody you know. Before I leave you with one last thought, let's bring everything together. The U.S. is facing an ongoing battle against blood shortage. The American Red Cross provides the system and expertise to combat it, but they can't do it alone. They need the generosity of many through one simple act of donation, one that doesn't hurt you, and it doesn't take much time at all. So, right after this speech, I want you to consider if donating sounds like something worth it to you. If it is, I want you to take just 10 minutes to sign up for a donation.